my junior year of college, I'd been single about a year. My high school girlfriend and I finally split after 3 years. I chalked it up as a learning experience and told myself next time would be serious. Next girl I dated would probably be the one. Yeah, I was young and dumb, thought I had life figured out. There was this girl on campus. Let's call her Lisa. She was on the track team, really damn good too. I'd see her around the athletic center all the time. I told myself, next party I see her at, I'm going to make a move. One night, I spotted her at a team party. We crossed paths on the stairs. She smiled. I said, hey, we talked a bit, swapped numbers. Then came the classic slow burn texting. Flirty, subtle, trying not to come off too eager. That went on for a few weeks. Thing was, she was on a break with her football player boyfriend at the time. Then she left him for me. Should have been a red flag, right? But no, I felt like I won. Big ego moment. I was doing it in sports, and I thought, if she dumped him for me, she'd never do the same to me. God, I was an idiot. I was hooked on Lisa. Straight up obsessed. She was everything I thought I wanted. And when someone like that actually likes you back, it messes with your head. I didn't even stop to ask why I liked her. I just dove in. Fast forward 8 months, we're official. She's in the athlete dorms, but she's basically living with me. I had my own apartment close to campus, and I was gone a lot for away games. Like 3-4 days a week. She'd stay at my place even when I wasn't there. We were tight, or so I thought. At the end of the season, I planned 2 big parties. Friday for my roommate's birthday, Saturday for mine. Friday night, me and Lisa got drunk and had unprotected sex. She used this period tracking app, marked down every time we had unprotected sex, so she'd know when to worry if her period was late. At like 5 a.m., I was drunk and half asleep, but remembered she'd want that logged. So I woke her up and mumbled, "Can you add it to your app?" She unlocked her phone, opened the app, then passed out before adding it. So I figured I'd do it for her. Now let me say this. Lisa went through my phone and laptop all the time. Super insecure, always checking. I never cared because I had nothing to hide. Should have seen that as a problem, but whatever. I didn't even think twice about touching her phone that night. I opened the app. I see a ton of color-coded dots. Red meant period, black meant unprotected sex. My stomach dropped. The damn calendar looked like a war zone, black dots everywhere. I opened them. Some of those black markers were on days I was out of town. I started clicking through them. Each black dot had a name in the notes. She'd been sleeping with other guys the whole time we were together. 4 dudes total. And this wasn't once or twice. There were months where she logged like 10 black dots. Some days even had 2. She didn't even bother hiding it. Just logged everything. And from what I could tell, she only tracked the unprotected sex. Who knows how many more names didn't make the list? I sat there, staring at that checkerboard of betrayal. Dumb, drunk, heartbroken. Realizing everything I thought we had was just fake as hell. Most people find out they got cheated on from a text, a friend, or by walking in at the wrong time. Me? I found a goddamn cheat log, like a full-on calendar. Dates, times, everything. All the times she had unprotected sex. Wild. There were 4 guys total. One of them was her ex. Yeah, the same guy she left to be with me. She was still hooking up with him the whole time. Another dude was some rando she clearly saw a lot. The other 2? Looked like one-time things. But who knows? The calendar only showed raw sex, so God knows how many others she didn't even log. The second I saw that, I sobered up fast. I checked her phone for messages and calls. Nothing there. But I knew Androids had a deleted text folder. You couldn't read the text, but you could see the numbers. There were thousands. So I looked a few up on Facebook. One was her ex. The rest? A bunch of random dudes. And 2 were my own teammates. Yeah. One of them was a dude I actually considered a friend. I dropped the phone, couldn't look anymore. Every second I kept reading, I felt sicker. My gut was twisting up. I felt stupid, like real stupid. No signs, no suspicions. I trusted her, gave her all of me, and she was out here getting passed around like nothing. And then I started thinking about all the chances I had to cheat, and didn't, like a clown. All those times, I could have had fun, and I stayed loyal like a damn dog, felt like a joke. I know it sounds petty, but if I had cheated too, maybe I wouldn't be hurting so bad now. All I could think was, how do I make this stop hurting? I would have done anything to kill the pain and the shame. Be real with me. Am I the only one who's ever felt that way? I left the apartment, needed to walk, needed air. I was messed up. I'd never felt that kind of pain before. My ego was wrecked. I couldn't even talk to anyone. Too ashamed. And that sadness, it turned to anger quick, like full-blown rage. I didn't know how yet, but I knew one thing. I was going to wreck her. I wanted her to remember what she did for the rest of her life. As I was walking, my roommate Bono called. Big, 7-foot Eastern European dude, tough as nails, super Russian energy. I pick up. He asks where I am. I tell him, bro, keep this quiet, and I spill everything. Next thing I hear, Bono walking into my room. He yells, "You girl, you cheat on Op!" She says something back, but I can't hear it. Then I hear Bono again. "Get out!" Some shuffling. Then Bono's back on the line. "She gone. Come back. We talk." I head home. We sit and go over it. No tears, no hugging. We ain't built like that. We're both hard-headed dudes from cultures where guys don't cry. He tries his best and says, "Bro, it's your birthday. We getting wasted tonight. Gonna find you some girls." F her, I never liked her anyway. Oh yeah, forgot to mention. This all happened on my damn birthday. Later, we went to get breakfast. I was still buzzed. My phone was blowing up like crazy. Lisa was calling nonstop, back-to-back, texting like her fingers were on fire. I let it ring. Again. Then I picked up, just to end the damn circus. "What?" I said coldly. "Can we talk? Please. I need to explain," Lisa said, her voice all shaky and fake soft. I laughed, sharp and bitter. "Explain?" I said. "You mean explain why you had a whole damn side dude while still crawling into my bed?" "It wasn't like that," she said quickly. "Don't lie to me, Lisa," I snapped. "I saw everything. Your phone was a damn museum of betrayal. You couldn't even hide your mess right." "I didn't mean for it to go that far," she said, almost whispering. "Oh yeah?" I shot back. "You didn't mean to be a backstabbing hoe. It just happened." "Don't call me that," she said, gasping. "Then don't act like one," I said. "You had choices. You picked the worst every single time. You could have left, but no. You stayed, played sweet, and got raw-dogged behind my back." "I was drunk! I wasn't thinking!" she cried. "Bullshit," I said. "You were sober enough to delete the messages, right? You knew what the hell you were doing. Thousands of deleted texts. Thousands, Lisa." "Can I come to your party?" she said suddenly. "We can talk." I laughed in her face. "You want to show up like nothing happened? You think I want you standing there pretending, while everybody stares at you like they don't know what you are?" "I love you," Lisa said, voice trembling. "No," I said. "You don't. You love not being alone. You love attention. You love control. But you don't love me. You're not being fair," she said. I snapped. "Fair? I treated you like gold, Lisa. You treated me like some dumb backup plan. Don't talk to me about fair." She went quiet, finally. "You're just scared," I added. "Scared everyone's going to see you for what you are. Bono told me," he said. "She'll lose her crap the second you stop playing dumb." He was dead right. "Please, don't do this to me," she whispered. "I'm not doing anything to you," I said. "You lit the match. I'm just watching the fire burn. Stay the hell away from me. You're not welcome. Not at my party. Not in my life. You're done." Then I hung up. Lisa's whole image was built around being with me. Truth is, most people didn't even like her. They just dealt with her because she was my girl. She knew if I showed up solo to my birthday party, people would start talking. She wasn't worried about us. She was scared of looking stupid. I don't remember much from that night. One of my boys from Cali sent a birthday pack. Some top-shelf tea, hash, moon rocks, pills, and even a little white powder. I went all in. Didn't care. I wanted out of my head. All I remember is sitting in this chair during the pregame. Two girls were perched on the armrests. There's even a photo of it. We were about to head to the club. Had a few tables booked downtown. I had shades on, loaded smile. But the more you look at the pic, the more you can tell. I was crushed underneath. That was the first time I used anything not to party, but to feel okay. I remember thinking, this is it. This is how I'll feel normal. Pills can't lie. Pills don't cheat. Pills don't walk out. Oh man, how wrong I was. But back then, I thought I'd found peace. When people asked why Lisa wasn't there, I just said we broke up. Didn't tell them why, didn't show any pain, just played it cool and focused on the party. Now this revenge story, half planned, half improv. I wanted her to feel what I felt, but I didn't know how at first. I just took my shot whenever one came up. That night in the chair, that's when the old me died. I used to be loyal, clean, good dude, never cheated. Thought if I stayed solid, I'd be safe. But that was a lie. And once I accepted that, I didn't care who got hurt, as long as she did. Later that week, I was scrolling Facebook and saw one of her track teammates. And just like that, I had a plan. If Lisa could sleep with my teammates, I could see how many of her people I could hook up with. And lucky me, women's track team, bigger than men's basketball, and way better looking. The first girl I messaged had a boyfriend. But I figured, everyone cheats anyway, right? I liked a few of her pics. She liked some back. I slid in with a message. A week later, she's in my bed. That set the tone. I went after more. Her whole 4x4 relay team, one by one. Out of the three I hooked up with, two had boyfriends. They cheated on them with me. That messed with my head. Felt good and awful at the same time. Made me think, damn, none of y'all loyal. It turned into a game. And yeah, I was turning into a monster too, but it worked. In my broken mind, it made Lisa's cheating hurt less. Like, if even her girls cheated, maybe it wasn't me. Maybe it was them, all of them. I had this sick little rule. Take something from each girl. Not to be creepy, it was part of the plan. A bra, underwear, necklace, sweater, anything Lisa would recognize. One girl even left her shoes behind. Shoes Lisa would for sure know. Why? They belonged to the same chick her ex dated after dumping Lisa. Lisa hated her. Now that girl had slept with both of Lisa's exes. I especially made sure to keep stuff like track team gear with names on it. After a while, I had a whole damn stash, a closet full of pain, hers, mine, all of it. A couple months later, one of Lisa's teammates' boyfriends found out she'd cheated on him with me. That lit the fuse. Total chaos. All the girls started turning on each other, finding out they'd all been messing around. The drama blew up big, loud enough that even the coaches got involved. It was a mess. And I loved every second of it. Made me feel powerful in the worst kind of way. Evil, yeah, but it felt good. The wildest part? That same week, the school plastered my face on huge posters all over campus to hype our next game. I was everywhere. Walls, dorms, even full building banners. So, while all that drama was exploding, Lisa and her friends had to see me all day, every day. Felt like I was the king of the damn campus. Glorious and pathetic all at once. Her coach even tried to file some complaint. Sat down with compliance and my coaches to accuse me of destroying the team. My coaches just laughed. Said, he didn't break any rules. Sounds like y'all got problems to sort out. That coach lost her mind. Their rankings dropped. The team fell apart. Then she got caught ripping down my posters in a rage. Got written up for it too. That was gold. I kept pushing. Posted happy pics with new girls, smiling like I didn't have a care in the world. But underneath it, I was still bitter as hell. I didn't even know who I was anymore. The nice, loyal kid, he was dead. Replaced by someone angry, petty, and cold. I hated my old self. Thought I was weak for letting her humiliate me. I wore a mask, acted cool, acted like I didn't care. But I cared. I was just drowning it out. Then came the pregnancy scare. One girl from another team swore she was pregnant after we hooked up. I'd fed her the same fake charm I gave all the others, just to get in bed, then ghosted. Turns out she wasn't pregnant, but the rumors made things worse for Lisa. People whispered, the press ran with it. Lisa got hit from every side. And I kept going. By then, I'd run through most of the girls close to her. Teammates, friends. I started going after anyone in her orbit. Classmates, even family. Yeah, I went after her sister. She was married, had a kid, but she still flirted back. We almost crossed that line. Lisa's dad found out and shut it down before anything really happened. Her sister got shamed bad in the family. People stopped talking to her. I wanted Lisa to feel me everywhere. Wanted her to know this was on her. That she made this monster, that she messed with the wrong dude. Eventually, Lisa broke. Took medical leave. Depression, meds, therapy. She lost weight fast. Started looking real sick. I knew she was spiraling, and the more she suffered, the better I felt. I'd already hurt her way worse than she ever hurt me, but I couldn't stop. Revenge became an obsession. I didn't heal. I didn't process. I didn't move on. I just wanted more. It was past midnight when the doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. When I looked through the peephole, my stomach turned. Lisa. I opened the door just enough to block most of the view behind me. What the hell are you doing here? I asked flatly. I need to grab my stuff, Lisa said, eyes darting past me like she was trying to peek inside. I left a bunch of things here from when I was staying over. Yeah, and I told you I'd bring it to your parents' place this weekend, I said, not moving. Why are you here now? I didn't think you'd mind, she said, trying to sound calm. I figured you'd be alone. I smirked. Yeah, well, I'm not. Her face twitched. Who's here? None of your damn business, I said, but let's just say it's not one of your little friends or teammates. if that's what you're hoping for. Her voice got sharp. Wow, so you're just, what, sleeping around already? I shrugged. Why not? You did it for 6 months straight and called it mistakes. I didn't come here to fight, she said, fake tears already welling up. I just want my things. And I said I'd bring them, I replied, tone hard. You think just showing up here like nothing happened is gonna work? Like I'm just gonna let you stroll back in? You don't have to be an a-hole, she hissed. I laughed. Lisa, I was nothing but good to you. You were the one screwing around behind my back. I'm just finally treating you like the trash you acted like. She flinched, then tried to push past me. I'm getting my stuff. I don't care who's here. I blocked the door. No, you're not. Not tonight. You lost your right to walk in here unannounced the second you started lying and playing games. Your crap will be on your parents' porch Saturday. Don't show up again. She glared at me. You think you're better than me now? I know I am, I said coldly. And so does everybody else. I slammed the door shut without waiting for another word. I tossed everything into black trash bags. Lisa's crap, her teammates' forgotten hoodies, earrings from girls I barely remembered, some scrunchies, a cheap pair of slides. 8, maybe 9 different girls. Didn't matter. It all went into the same bags. One big, poetic dump of bullshit. I drove it all to her parents' place and dropped the bags right on the porch. Didn't even knock. Then I pulled out my phone and called the man himself. Hey, Mr. Alvarez, I said casually. Yeah? He answered, cautious. I left Lisa's stuff on your porch, I said. Just wanted to give you a heads up so you can tell your demon daughter to come collect her junk. There was a pause. You serious, son? He asked, voice already disappointed. Dead serious, I said. Figured it was poetic justice, you know? Another pause, then a sigh. You used to be better than this, he muttered before hanging up. I didn't care. The man took my side after the breakup, but this mess? Yeah, I burned that bridge too. 15 minutes later, my phone lit up. Lisa. I grinned and answered. Hello? I said, smug as hell. You're sick, Lisa sobbed. Why would you do that to me? There was other girls' stuff in there. My mom saw it. My dad saw it. Good, I said, still calm. Let them see who you really are. You don't have to humiliate me like this, she cried. Her voice cracked into that half-sobbing, half-mumbling mess people make when they've lost all dignity. Please, just stop. Please. I leaned back in my chair and soaked it in. The pain in her voice, the helplessness, it was music. Ironic, huh? I said. You mixed other dudes into our relationship. I mixed other girls' crap into your crap. Perfect little metaphor. Cute, right? She gasped like I punched her in the chest. Why are you doing this? She whispered. I didn't mean to... Oh, spare me, I cut in. You didn't mean to have multiple meets in your rotation while pretending to be loyal? That's wild. She was quiet again, still crying. I heard the soft sound of her breathing breaking up. You always wanted attention, I said. Well, guess what? Now you've got it. Whole damn neighborhood probably knows. Please, she muttered. Nah, we're done, Lisa, I said, voice cold. You burned everything. I just threw the ashes on your doorstep. Then I hung up. Later on, one of Lisa's friends, who knew she was cheating on me the whole time, told me Lisa actually thought I was the one cheating on her. Why? Because I was always out of town, which is dumb as hell since I was gone for basketball. You could literally check my game schedule on the school site. It wasn't like I was just dipping out for fun. I was working, playing, repping the school, and even when I was gone, I kept in touch with her all the time. Texts, calls, FaceTime. Obviously, I wasn't glued to my phone during practice or team meetings, but still, I stayed connected. But nah, she couldn't put 2 and 2 together. More likely, she just told people that to cover her own mess. Made up lies so she didn't look like the villain, so she could say, well, he was probably cheating too. Whatever. Months passed. I was walking past the therapy room when I saw her. Lisa, sitting on the table, stretching her leg out, face half focused on the trainer, half nervous, like she felt my presence before she even saw me. I leaned on the doorframe, grinning. Well, and look who's alive, I said. Lisa looked up slowly, eyes wide. Hey, she said, cautious. Didn't expect to see you here. Yeah, neither did I replied. But hey, guess the universe wanted us to cross paths again. She blinked, unsure how to take it. You look good, I smirked. I always did. That night I sent a DM, me. You look strong today, kinda miss that energy. She left it on scene. Next day she replied, Lisa, Just trying to heal, that's all. Me, I get it. Healing's good. Maybe we could talk sometime. Real talk. No drama. Took her about a week, but she gave in. A week later, we were talking. I played it slow. Soft words, fake vulnerability, little glimpses of the old me. She was hesitant, but she wanted to believe. One night, outside her dorm, I leaned in close. I think we could try again, I said, but on my terms. She looked up, eyes searching. What does that even mean? I straightened up. It means if we're doing this, you're not talking to any dudes. Period, Lisa frowned. I have guy friends. Not anymore, I said, cutting her off. You want me, you cut them off. No late night texts. No hanging out with your little party crew either. You can't control who I talk to, she said, trying to sound brave. I stepped closer. I'm not controlling you, Lisa. I'm giving you a choice. Me or that messy life you had before. She stayed silent. And I need your passwords, I added. All of them, IG, Snap, iCloud, the whole set. She blinked. Seriously? I stared her down. Dead serious. I don't trust you. Not even a little. If you want this to work, I need to see everything. No secrets. Full location access, too. She looked down. Her voice dropped. This doesn't feel like a relationship. I leaned in. It's not. Not yet. Right now, it's me figuring out if I can stomach being near you without wanting to vomit. She flinched, but didn't walk away. Think of it as a trial, I said, smirking. And you're on thin ice. She nodded slowly, broken pride in her eyes. Okay, she whispered. I kissed her on the cheek and walked away, smiling to myself. Got her. Meanwhile, I wasn't being faithful, not even close. That was the whole plan from the jump. I had no intention of loving Lisa back. I was just stringing her along, feeding her just enough attention to keep her on the leash. I needed that control. So, yeah, I kept messing around. Different girls, different nights. And, of course, it had to be someone close to home that finally blew it all up. She found out I was sleeping with Madison, some girl from one of her classes. And that was it. All hell broke loose. She came to my place like a storm ready to burn the whole building down. The second I opened the door, she shoved her way in. You seriously screwed Madison? Lisa yelled, her eyes wide and glassy. She sits 2 rows behind me in class, you piece of crap. I leaned against the wall, unfazed. Yeah, I did. She blinked like she couldn't believe I said it so easy. You knew. You knew exactly who she was. I shrugged. Maybe. Didn't care. You didn't care? She repeated, almost laughing from shock. We were trying to fix things. You thought we were, I said. I was just giving you a taste of your own medicine. Her face dropped. What the hell is wrong with you? I stepped closer, calm but sharp. Nah, see, now you finally know how it felt to be me. Remember last time, when you were sneaking around with other dudes, deleting texts, playing innocent? That's not the same, she shouted. I made mistakes, but I didn't plan it. I smirked. And I did. That's the difference. I wanted you to feel this. Every second of it. She shook her head, voice breaking. You used me. You played me. Yep, I said coldly. You were just part of the payback tour. She looked like she might collapse. You're not the same person anymore? Nope, I said, still smiling. That version of me died the day I found out what you were really like. Tears streamed down her cheeks. I trusted you again. And I gave you the rope to hang yourself, I said, stepping past her. So, congrats. She turned to me at the door. You're a damn monster. I opened it wide. Yeah, well, monsters don't get cheated on. Now get the hell out. She stood frozen for a second, then walked out in silence. I shut the door behind her, exhaled, and grinned. Another win, another scar, another step closer to peace. Or whatever's left of it. After that, we didn't talk for years. I graduated and moved to Central America. About a year in, almost 2 years after we last spoke, she hit me up out of nowhere. My life was a mess by then. Pills every day, caught up in shady stuff most of the time. But in my head, I still blamed her for how far I'd fallen. I took no blame. I told myself she broke me. I hadn't dated anyone since. Couldn't trust women at all. So when she messaged me, I didn't see a chance to reconnect. I saw another chance to hurt her. We started talking. Friendly at first, then flirty. We were continents apart, different countries, different lives. But I told her I was moving back to the States for a new job. That wasn't true. I was just flying in to visit some old friends for a couple nights. She was still in school, finishing her last year. We agreed to meet up and see what's left between us. I acted like I was cool now, like I'd let the past go. Truth is, I was still holding on to all that anger. I met her at a coffee shop when I got back. We spent the night together. She really thought we were starting over, that we'd grown, moved on. But I was lying the whole time. I wasn't staying. I only had 2 nights in town. I didn't tell her that. We hooked up a few times, spent 2 days together, then I left. No warning, just packed up and flew back to Central America. Blocked her on everything. I don't know what she thought when I vanished again. I used to get off on that kind of thing, but this time, it didn't hit the same. It felt empty. Meanwhile, my pill use got worse. Way worse. 3 years later, I OD'd and almost died. Since that day, I found her period calendar. I hadn't been sober a single full day. Looking back now, yeah, I hurt her a lot, but I hurt myself way more. I let revenge become my personality. I stopped being me. I turned into someone cold, bitter, and numb. I told this whole story like it's about getting even, but really, I wish I'd spent all that energy healing instead. If you're reading this and going through pain from someone cheating, yeah, revenge might feel good for a while, but don't go down the road I did. Don't lose yourself trying to break someone else. Spend more time healing. That's the real win. I'm sober now. Been clean for over 4 years. Another girl cheated on me just before I got sober. But this time, I didn't go for revenge. I focused on me. I healed. And it felt so much better than anything I ever did to get back at Lisa. Now I'm married, 2 years strong. My wife's sober too. We've built a life I never thought I'd have. Dream job, real love, peace. I've never told this whole story before. Writing it helped. If it helps anyone reading this, even just one person, then it was worth it. We all go through dark stuff. Just don't stay there. Don't let it turn you into someone you're not. I did, but I made it out. So can you. Update. After everything with Lisa in college, I went on a mission to get back at her. That revenge mindset stuck with me for years. After I graduated, I dipped down to Central America and spent the next few years selling and popping pills nonstop. No dating, no trust. Just numbing everything. I was a mess and I knew it. Eventually, even the pills stopped working. I was tired. Tired of fake hookups. Tired of feeling nothing. Tired of pretending I was fine. So I dropped everything and flew back to the States. Called an old buddy and crashed with him till I got back on my feet. Once I was back, I made a choice. Quit the pills. Try to clean up. Maybe even find some real happiness again. I told myself I wasn't going to let what Lisa did ruin me forever. I deserved better than this bitter version of myself. A couple months later, I was back in the dating game slowly. Went on a few dates, started to open up again. Then I met her. We'll call her Kate. She was 25, I was 23. First time I saw her, I was hooked. Burgundy red hair, not orange, not fake. Just this wild natural red that stood out. She had a 3-year-old son. Kid looked like me. No joke. I got attached fast. Kate had just left a horrible marriage. She'd also had a pill problem, just like me. But she was clean now and ready to try dating again. It worked because we got each other. No pressure, no rushing. We both had trust issues, still healing from our pasts. She even told me, it's like dating the male version of me. And I felt the same way. We were just real. Over time, we got closer. Her kid started calling me Dad. He didn't remember his real father, so I became that role. One day, I taught him how to pee on a tree, and yeah, after that, he was my kid. I got a job at a finance firm. She worked at a nightclub. We got an apartment, bought a car, even started looking for a house. We talked about getting married, having our own kid. We smoked some tea here and there, but no more pills. We'd made it through hell together, or at least that's what I thought. We never had jealousy issues. We knew each other's phone passwords, never snooped, full trust. Until that night. She worked late, didn't get home until 3 or 4 a.m. most nights. I'd usually walk out to the lot to meet her, make sure she was safe. One night, she texted saying she had to drop a friend off so she'd be a little late. She told me right before she was supposed to pull in. Now, I knew where her friend lived. Dropping her off would have added maybe 5 minutes. But Kate got home nearly an hour late. When she walked in, something felt off. Her vibe, her eyes, she looked high, not just a little buzzed, like Molly or something harder. I asked her straight up, "You good?" She said her friend's car broke down. They tried to fix it. It took time, brushed off the rest. I didn't push. It was the first red flag in almost a year. I didn't want to believe anything was wrong, so I stuffed it down. Told myself I was being paranoid. Old wounds messing with my head. I thought, she knows what I've been through. She wouldn't do that to me. Not her. I wasn't even thinking she cheated. I was more scared she was back on pills, and that scared me more than anything. Things started going downhill slow, then fast. At first, weird stuff would happen maybe once a month. Then it was every week. Some nights I was sure she was high. We argued. One time she finally admitted she'd done half a line of white at work to stay awake. Said it was just that one time. But now she was coming home later, and later, 5, 6, even 7 a.m. Her club closed at 2 or 4, depending on the night, so it didn't make sense. She always had some excuse. Car wouldn't start, smoked with a friend, went to Waffle House with coworkers. Then one morning, things felt off. She started texting weird, took forever to reply. Her messages felt fake, like she was trying too hard to sound normal. Same "I'll be home late" thing as usual, but it dragged on. At 6 a.m., she said she was on the way. That's 2 hours after closing time. I stood there, freezing my A off, wrapped in 3 layers, breath fogging up like a damn train. Snow was dumping down hard, blizzard level. No sign of her. By 7:30, nothing. 8 o'clock, radio silence. 8:45. My phone lights up. One text. Almost home. Bullshit. I had to call out of work. Again, couldn't leave her kid alone. I usually left by 7:30 sharp. Now, I'm pacing the icy parking lot, soaked to the bone, teeth chattering, thinking, she's out doing what the hell again? At 9:30, her car finally creeps in like a guilty dog. I march up and yank her door open. Where the hell you been? She stares like I caught her dragging a body. I got pulled over, she stutters, eyes darting. Didn't get a ticket, though. Don't worry. I narrow my eyes. Then what took 2 damn hours? You been to Narnia? She stammers. Car ran out of gas and Gina had a breakdown, so I stayed with her. It was crazy, babe. Oh, now it's Gina's fault? Right. I fold my arms. What else? Aliens abduct you? Or you fall into a Netflix hole with your pants off? She huffs. If you had done the registration like I asked, I wouldn't have gotten pulled over. I laugh. A sharp, cold laugh. So let me get this straight. You vanish all night, show up looking like death in heels, and now it's my fault because I didn't register your damn car? You're unbelievable, she snaps, slamming the door and stomping past me toward the apartment. Nah, I mutter loud enough for her to hear. What's unbelievable is how you lie like it's breathing. You out there screwing around while I freeze my balls off, babysitting your kid. She spins back. Don't you dare talk like that in front of my son. Then maybe don't act like a damn villain in front of him either. Her eyes narrow. You always got to be the sufferer, huh? Poor you. Nah, sweetheart. I'm not the sufferer. I'm the dumbass who believed you were different. She storms inside. I stand there for a minute, watching the snow pile up on the roof of her car. Felt fitting. Lies. Just like snow, stacking up till everything's buried. We walked back to the apartment and I couldn't stop noticing her pupils. Huge. She was grinding her teeth. That wasn't tea. I knew the look. I'd seen it in the mirror plenty of times. I was pissed, but mostly just exhausted. I sat down and played video games, trying to chill out. But my head was spinning. Was she doing white at work? With who? Just friends? Coworkers? Or worse? Was she cheating? The cheating thought crossed my mind, but honestly, I was more freaked about the pills. We'd both been through that crap. We'd just gotten our lives back. We smoked a little, drank here and there, but we stayed far from the hard stuff. That was the line. And she knew my past. She knew how bad Lisa messed me up. She knew how lies trigger me. And here she was, lying. I didn't even care that much if she used. I just wanted the truth. I couldn't go through another lie-filled mess. Not again. I started spiraling. Felt like the trust we built meant nothing. We pulled each other out of hell, and now it felt like she was dragging us both back in. The next night after she left for work, I lost it. I tore up the whole place, not even sure what I was looking for. Pills, bag of powder, anything. Went through drawers, pockets, under furniture, above cabinets, nothing. That made it worse. Maybe I was paranoid. Maybe my trauma was messing with me. I told myself I had to stop. If I was wrong, I'd ruin something good. She'd never lie like her ex did. She hated that man for what he did while she was pregnant. Cheating, hiding pill use, lying. So I let it go. For a while, things went back to normal. She came home at regular times. It helped me calm down. I even felt guilty for how paranoid I got. Thought maybe I was just overthinking. Thought maybe this time I wasn't going to get burned. One night I was at a local pool hall shooting a few games with this random dude. Let's call him Jerry. His sister Sarah was hanging out too. While we played, I mentioned, my girl Kate worked at the club. Sarah goes, "Oh, I used to work there a few months ago." I asked if she knew Kate. She said, "Yeah, but just in passing, not close or anything." We kept chatting, and I said I wished Kate had a day job so we could spend more time together. I told her since the club closed at 4, I barely saw Kate in the mornings before work. Sarah looked confused. "They close at 2, right? Except Friday and Saturday. They go till 4 those nights." I said, "Nah, they changed the hours after you left." She paused. "Weird. My roommate still works there and never said anything about new hours. She still gets home around 2 every night." It got awkward. I brushed it off and finished the game, but I couldn't stop thinking about what she said. When I got home, I looked up the club's hours. Sure enough, only open till 2 on weeknights. I tried to convince myself the site hadn't been updated, but deep down, I knew something was off. I just didn't want to face it. I was scared of getting lied to again. Next night was Sunday. I texted Kate asking when she'd be home. She said 4:30 and that she'd text me when she was leaving. At 2:30 a.m., I called the club and said it was about her kid, asked to speak to her. Manager answered. We closed at 2. Kate already left. My stomach dropped. I felt sick. I planned to confront her. Don't know when she got in. I drank myself out and passed out cold. When I woke up, she was sleeping next to me. I walked into the living room and saw her purse on the table. I started going through it. No pills, nothing big. Then I checked the little zipper pocket, and there it was. Empty dime bag, rolled up dollar bill. I just placed them on the table and went to work. Wanted her to see it, wanted her to know I knew. When I walked in, she was in the bathroom, leaning into the mirror, dragging that black pencil across her eyelid like nothing ever happened. I stood in the doorway, arms crossed, just watching her through the glass. She saw me in the mirror, gave me that fake little smile. "Hey, babe, how was work?" she asked, voice all sweet like butter wouldn't melt in her damn mouth. I didn't smile, just stared. "We need to talk." She froze for half a second, then went right back to her eyeliner. "About what?" "I called the club," I said. My voice was ice. "They close at 2 on Sundays. You didn't get home till almost 5. That did it. She didn't flinch, didn't make up a story, just spun around with her eyes blazing. "What the hell, man? You checking up on me now?" "Damn right I am," I said, stepping in. "You think I'm stupid? You think I don't see what's going on? You ain't just working late. You out there chasing white and popping pills?" She scoffed loud. "You're such a controlling a-hole, always accusing, always snooping. You got no right to call my job like I'm some damn child." "I got every right when you roll in at 5 a.m. looking like a cracked-out raccoon," I snapped. "You think I don't see the powder crusted in your damn nose? You back on that snow crap, huh? Snow Queen out here acting like she's fooling everybody." That's when she lost it. "F you!" she screamed, eyes wide like a rabid dog. Next thing I knew, that eyeliner in her hand came flying straight at me, jabbed it deep into my shoulder. Felt like a damn nail. I barely reacted. Just staggered a bit. "You crazy now?" I growled, looking down at the blood dripping from my shirt. She didn't stop. She came at me swinging, punched me in the face, once, twice, then 4 more times. Wild, screaming, eyes full of rage. I didn't touch her, didn't lift a finger, just stood there like stone. When she stopped, we both just stared at each other. I reached up, pulled the eyeliner out of my shoulder, and dropped it on the floor. Walked out of the bathroom into the kitchen, grabbed some duct tape, patched up the hole in my arm. I've got a tattoo right there, still have the scar. Then I left. Started walking to the liquor store. She blew up my phone, apologizing, then cursing me out, then apologizing again. Rinse, repeat. I bought a bottle of Fireball and just started walking, drinking and walking, over and over, eventually blacked out. Next thing I know, Jerry, the guy I played pool with, and some other dude I didn't know were trying to lift me off the sidewalk. I was face down in the snow. They said they were on their way to work and saw me go down, pulled over to help. To this day, I don't even know where they worked. It had to be early as hell. I've been walking for hours. Pretty sure I blacked out way before I actually fell. I finished the whole bottle fast. In the car, they asked me what happened, why I was out there, middle of the night, far from town. I could barely talk. My lips felt frozen. I managed to tell them where I lived. They dropped me off. When I got home, Kate looked shocked, tried to help me warm up, get me to bed. I blacked out again, woke up in my bed covered in puke, dragged myself into the shower, then went to the living room. She was sitting there crying. We talked. She apologized for stabbing me with the eyeliner. Then she admitted she was doing white again. Said she'd been going to her coworker's place after work. A bunch of them lived together, and they'd get high together before she came home. Said it started off just to help her get through her shifts. Then it just got worse. I asked her straight up, "Is it just snow, or are you doing other stuff too?" She admitted she'd pop a pill sometimes to come down, but claimed it was rare. We ended the talk chill. She promised she'd stop, said no more lies, no more hiding. But after that, I was on guard. Weeks passed. Things felt kind of normal again. But Kate started working more, picking up shifts, covering for people. Used to work 4 nights a week. Now it was 6 or 7. It didn't feel shady until I noticed a pattern. Anytime we argued on her off nights, she'd suddenly be called in. Always said she texted her manager and asked to work so she could get space. We only had one car, no Uber back then, so I couldn't just show up and check. Then one day my buddy came over. We were just chilling, playing video games, got the munchies, and wanted Taco Bell. I pulled up Google Maps to find one nearby. That's when I noticed something weird. Back then, me and Kate shared a Google account. So her searches popped up too. That same night, when she said she was at work, she had searched some random address in a nearby neighborhood. My gut dropped. I told my buddy I was tired and called it a night. He left confused. I checked everything, phone, laptop, made sure I wasn't just tripping. I wasn't. She walked in like everything was normal, tossed her purse on the couch, kicked her heels off. I didn't even wait. "You actually at work tonight?" I asked, leaning on the kitchen counter, arms crossed. She paused just a beat too long, then rolled her eyes. "Seriously? Again with this crap? You're paranoid as hell, you know that?" I didn't flinch. I pulled out my phone, opened the screen, and held it up for her. "Explain this then. Your Maps history says you left the house at 6:41, supposedly went to work. But it's 7:05. You're parked outside some random apartment building. You didn't even make it to your damn job." Her face twitched, but she played it off fast. "That's not even accurate. Google screws up all the time. Must be a glitch or something. I didn't search that." I let out a cold laugh. "A glitch?" I repeated, stepping closer. "So Google just magically sent your A to some stranger's house while you were supposedly clocked in at work? You think I'm that dumb?" She folded her arms, voice getting sharper. "I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You always do this, always looking for something to be pissed about. You can't go 5 minutes without accusing me of something. Maybe check yourself before you come at me like this." "Nah, I checked you all right," I said, tone like a blade. "And what I see is a damn liar who can't even keep her story straight." She snapped, loud and defensive. "Oh my God, you're so insecure. You're a grown A man stalking my GPS like some broke A detective. You need help." I smiled, cold, final. "Nah, what I needed was the truth, but you ain't built for that." I packed a bag and checked into a motel, spent a few nights there, fought with Kate over the phone, cried watching crappy cable. I was pissed, hurt, thought I'd never end up here again. Second girl in a row lying and hiding crap from me. After one big fight, we didn't talk for 2 days. Didn't break up, just silence. Some small part of me kept hoping it wasn't cheating. Maybe it was just the white, just the pills. I could deal with that. I convinced myself she wasn't messing around, just lost in her old habits. I'd been there. I knew how dark that road could get, so I made a choice. I'd help her. I'd forgive her. That night I went home. Figured she'd be back in a few hours. Planned to meet her in the parking lot with some flowers. Try to start over. I borrowed my buddy's car, picked up some flowers, and headed home. Parked in our lot and waited for Kate to get back. Around 2:45 a.m., I saw our car pull in. But Kate wasn't driving. She was in the passenger seat. Some dude I didn't know was behind the wheel. Then another guy climbed out of the back seat. What the hell? I just sat there frozen watching them. All three walked into our apartment. I pulled out my phone and texted her like I didn't know anything. Tried to play it cool. Me. "Hey, you home yet? Can we talk? I'm sorry for how I acted earlier." Took about 15 minutes before she replied. Her. "Just got home, but I need some space tonight. I love you. Let's talk tomorrow?" My heart dropped. I slammed my head against the steering wheel and started crying. I got out of the car, walked up to the apartment. Door was locked. I didn't have my key, just the ones to my buddy's car. I knocked. No answer. Music was blasting inside, so I went around the side where I knew the windows were. We lived on the ground floor, peeked into the living room. Empty. Please, I thought. Please let them just be in there smoking or something. Walked to the bedroom window. Blinds were down, but if I leaned close, I could see through the edge. What I saw made my stomach turn. In our bed, Kate was in the middle of those two guys. One in front, one behind. I slid down the wall and sat on the cold ground. My face in my hands. I could hear them through the window. I felt sick. I wanted to storm in, break everything, hurt them, hurt her. But I didn't. I got up, got in the car, lit a cigarette, then another, then another. Everything in my head, our memories, her kid calling me dad, our future, all of it burned away like the ash at my fingertips. You know my story with Lisa. When she cheated, I turned into someone else. I ruined her. And now, here I was again, but worse. But this time, I wasn't just going to ruin her. I was ready to ruin everything, including myself. I drove to a 24-hour gas station I knew had hunting gear. No tools, but they had knives. I bought the biggest one they had, went to my motel, grabbed my apartment key, drove back. I was going to end it. I opened the door quiet, knife in hand, heart racing. The place was dark and silent now. I crept down the hall, reached the bedroom. Lights off. Door cracked open. I stood there for a second, sweating, shaking, breathing hard. Then I flipped the switch. Kate was there. Alone. Without clothes, passed out in bed, no one else in sight. For a second, I thought maybe I'd snapped. Maybe I imagined it all. Then I saw the rubber wrapper on the nightstand. We never used protection. I wasn't losing my mind. I knew what I saw. I stepped into the room. And just then, I heard another door creak, open. I spun around, knife tight in my grip, ready to see one of those dudes. It wasn't. It was her son, my son, just standing there, sleepy-eyed, rubbing his face. My first thought, why the hell was he even here? Did she bring two random guys over while her kid was asleep in the next room? Did she leave him alone all night while she worked? Did she even care? What kind of mom does that, or what kind of person? He looked up from his bedroom door and said, "Daddy, you're back." Then he ran over and hugged my leg. I froze. I had the knife in one hand. I looked down at him, then at the blade. I slid it into my back pocket. I knelt and said, "I'm going away for a bit. Just wanted to say bye to you and Mommy." He gave me the saddest look I'd ever seen. I picked him up, tucked him back into bed, told him goodbye. I knew it'd be the last time I'd see him, but I couldn't let him know that. After that, I couldn't do it. I couldn't hurt her. Not with him in the picture. He didn't deserve to grow up without a mom, even if she did deserve it. But me? I didn't want to keep going. I walked out of the apartment in tears, wandered through the cold until I found a bus stop bench. I sat down, overwhelmed, broken. I took something out of my pocket and turned it over in my hands, not really thinking, just feeling everything crash at once. For a while, I stayed there, caught between desperation and silence. Then a police car pulled up. One of the officers stepped out and called out, "Hey, are you okay?" I looked up, my voice low. "I'm done," he radioed for backup. Within minutes, a crowd of officers had gathered. They kept their distance but spoke gently, asking me to let go of what I was holding. I was in rough shape, visibly shaken, clearly not all right. One officer slowly moved closer, hand out, asking for the object. I stared at it, my mind spiraling. Then suddenly, I stood, raised it up, and rushed toward him, not out of anger, but in pure hopelessness. I just wanted them to stop me from feeling anything at all. But they didn't react the way I expected. A taser struck me, dropped me instantly. They swarmed in, restrained me right there on the snowy pavement, trying to keep me safe. Next thing I know, I'm in the back of a cruiser. Then at the hospital, they sedated me. I knocked out. I woke up in a psych ward, not the kind where people get better, the kind where you're locked up, no clocks, no sunlight, no phone calls, just screaming in the halls. I was there 6 weeks. Don't ask what it was like. Eventually, a lawyer got me out on some technicality. I took a cab 3 hours home, told the driver to drop me at the McDonald's near my place. I sat inside, charged my phone. I couldn't go back to that apartment, not after what I saw. My phone had dozens of missed calls, texts, voicemails from friends, family, and Kate. She'd maxed out my cards, too. I saw the charges. She had a card for all my accounts. I called her. She cried on the phone, said she was scared, had no clue what happened to me. I said I'd explain, but she needed to meet me at McDonald's. Told her not to bring her son. She agreed. Kate showed up uninvited, face all soft and sorry, like that was supposed to mean something. She stepped forward like she was going to hug me. I took a step back, cold, flat voice. "Sit your A down." She blinked, caught off guard, then quietly sat. I stood there, arms crossed, told her everything, every damn thing. How I stood outside our window that night, what I saw, what I heard, how it felt like my chest cracked open. She had the nerve to lie. You probably looked in the wrong apartment, she said, all fake confused. I leaned forward, eyes burning through her. Cut the bullshit, Kate. I ain't playing. Tell me the truth right now. You lie again, I'm gone. No goodbyes. You or your son won't hear from me again, ever. She stared back, knew I wasn't bluffing. Did you cheat on me? I asked, voice low but sharp. She dropped her head. Her shoulders shook. Tears started. Yeah, she whispered. I did. Then it all spilled out. She told me everything. How it started with White, how she moved to needles, how she mixed it with sleep meds so hard she couldn't even drive. That's why the guy was behind the wheel. Not because he cared, because she was too damn high to even function. I just stared. No expression. Then I let out a breath, reached over, yanked my phone off the charger, slid it into my pocket, stood up. She looked up, eyes wide. Where are you going? I looked her dead in the face. Cold as hell. To do some pills. That's about the only thing that makes sense right now. I picked up my bag without hurry. She panicked. Wait, are we still together? I paused at the door, turned my head slightly, just enough for her to hear it raw. No, Kate, I didn't come for closure. I came to make you say it out loud, that's it. Then I left, no looking back, not even a slam of the door. Just silence, cold, like her damn heart. For the next few months, I was basically homeless, just living on the road, town to town, selling pills at strip clubs, crashing wherever I could. Sometimes I got a motel. Sometimes I slept outside. I was doing a lot of my own product, lost about 65 pounds. I'd go days without eating or sleeping, just drifting, surviving. Then one day I woke up in a hospital. Seizures, organ failure. I was malnourished, damn near dying. I'm 6'5" and I weighed 155 pounds, soaking wet. They kept me there a month. Doctors, therapists, coming in daily trying to figure me out. They said no major mental issues, just PTSD and a serious pill problem. When they let me out, I stayed at a halfway house for almost 4 months. Found a sober program, started going to meetings. Haven't touched a pill since the day I left that hospital. Got a new phone, new number. No one from before stayed in touch. While I was in the halfway house, I started lifting again, trying to put size back on. I looked like a damn stick. When I got out, I landed a job at a gym as a personal trainer. New job, new path. The gym became my safe zone, my escape. Fast forward 5 years, I'm still clean. I weigh a healthy 265 now. Married 2 years. Own a business I built from the ground up. The day I left the hospital, I sat with myself. Thought real hard about what I wanted to do. My first instinct? Go dark. Try to get back at Kate. Same old cycle like I did with Lisa. But after a few weeks of real thinking, I made a choice. The best payback would be building a life she could never touch.